Hi there, welcome, welcome, welcome. Naveen here. And I really want to invite you to consider playing a much bigger game than you're playing now. All right? If you're a yoga teacher, there is a massive, massive, massive undertaking that is required from you. And right now, there are not enough teachers out there that are taking advantage, that are putting themselves in the position to be pioneers of this new movement. Okay? Now, I don't know if you know this, but the yoga industry is growing at an incredibly rapid rate. Okay? In this country alone, over 40 million people are practicing yoga on a regular basis. And in addition to those 40 million, another 40 million, twice as many, are considering practicing yoga. Okay? And the reason why they haven't started yet, right, is because there's a lot of intimidation in the yoga industry. There is, just like in the makeup and the fashion industry, right, the yoga industry also has its idea of what is perfection, and a lot of women, they have these hot yoga bodies. And there's a ton of women that are intimidated by that. And they don't want to go to a public class because they have self-image issues, right? So there's all these people that are ready to start yoga, ready to start incorporating it into their life, right? And they need someone to help them bridge that gap between practice and public. So you can be that person, right? You can be that person that introduces yoga to them, right, in a big way. And not only that introduces it to them, right, because we know how incredibly beneficial it is to have a practice that is consistent in our lives. We all that practice yoga on a regular basis know the transformations that we undergo in our own individual practice and how much of an impact that makes on our lives, right? But they don't know that yet. They have an idea because their friends are doing it, their coworkers, their family members, they have people in their life that are practicing yoga, and they see how much happier and brighter and fulfilled they are in their lives, right? So they're inspired. They're inspired. They want to practice yoga. But they don't have it in them. They don't have the discipline. They don't have the drive. They don't have the inspiration coming from the right place to actually begin, right? So this is where you come in. As a yoga instructor, right, you can reach out to these people. You can reach out to these people and you can offer them an introduction to yoga. You can offer to take them through a journey, right? And right now in the yoga world, there is an extremely limited amount of opportunities for new people, or even people that have done yoga in the past, to experience what it is that they can experience. So I really want you to consider, what I'm saying. Take it very seriously, because there's a new movement happening, a movement that we've been seeing happen, right? But the yoga industry right now is being dominated by commercial industry. Okay, these big corporations are coming in and they're taking over the yoga, the commercialization of yoga. And as much as it's good that yoga is becoming more known and worldwide accepted by people as not some crazy, I hate this term, but woo-woo thing, right? It's being accepted as something that is normal. The concept of meditation and yoga is starting to become standard in people's understanding of how important it is to have that kind of practice in their lives. So because of that, right, there's a massive, massive, massive opportunity for yoga instructors to step into the market in a new way and offer things that haven't been offered before, or at least offer them in a different way, right? So as an entrepreneur, I recognize that what we deliver to our clients, right, as an independent entrepreneur in the coaching industry, in the information industry, right, in the seminar industry, right, what we offer people is transformation. We offer them a journey, right? They tell us what it is that they want, right, and we help them get there. We remove all the blocks for them. We show them what's getting in their way, and we hold them accountable to take action on what it is that they say that they want to take action on, right? That's the role of a coach. That's the role of a consultant. So as a yoga instructor, right, there's a huge limitation that the majority of you are putting on yourselves, right? And that limitation is that I can only teach in a studio, or I only teach classes, right? Now, I know that a lot of you are teaching private classes, but it's still a class. And that's the fundamental problem, right? Because as long as you're only teaching classes, then you'll only get paid as a teacher. Does that make sense? So I want you to give yourself the opportunity to think of yourself as more than that, especially if you have more to offer, right? I know that I myself have like 5 or 6 different healing modalities that I can specialize in, that I can offer to my potential clients. So in the same way, you can do that. You know, if you have some kind of, if you have some other thing that you add to your yoga practice or that you have in your life, dance, creative movement, art, any other healing modality. I know there's literally 17,000 healing modalities that yoga aficionados love to get involved in. So that's great, right? And the more you get involved in it, the deeper that you get in your own practice, the deeper transformation that you can deliver to a potential client. I really believe that this is a new time that we live in where it is a time for you to become free as a yoga instructor. So many of us, we become yoga teachers because we want to become free, right? I know that a lot of you, like I've spoken to a lot of yoga instructors, and a lot of them, they become yoga instructors because they want to quit their job and they want to now have freedom in their life. And they think that doing yoga teacher training and becoming an instructor is the way to do that. And I'm not going to disagree and say that it's not, but I would say that it's actually only the first step, okay? To become free in this world, we need one thing, okay? And I know that this may raise some red flags and you might not like this, right? But ultimately, right, everything in this world revolves around one thing, one form of trade, right? And that form of trade is money. Okay? It's something that we all need more of. We all want more of, because we understand that money allows us to live a richer life. It allows us to give back more. It allows us to be comfortable in our position, to have the freedom to travel, to have the freedom to make decisions. When there's not enough money in life, it's really difficult to make decisions, especially any kind of big decision, okay? Sometimes it's difficult to even make small decisions, like, can I even go out to eat with my friends? You know, can I do this activity that I really wanted to do, right? But when it comes to the bigger investments in our life, the bigger opportunities that arise in our life, that it's like, how can I not take advantage of this opportunity when it comes, right? When it comes to those, if you don't have money in the bank, then you cannot take advantage of those opportunities and deepen your understanding of who you are, or what it is that you want to pursue, or the gifts that you want to give your family, your community. So money is really important. And I really don't think that we should look at money as an evil thing, or that it's something that should be avoided, right? Or something that we should be afraid to ask more of. I want you to know, okay, that it's okay. It's okay to ask for more. It doesn't have to be a really serious thing, okay? Because I want you to think about the times in your life when you really wanted something, right? And you knew that this experience was going to transform your life. It was going to change your life in some way, right? And that because it had such an incredible impact on you and you knew the potential of that income, right? You were ready and willing to spend whatever it was to make it happen, right? Weren't you? I definitely was and have many times in my life. Because when we have opportunities, right, to change our lives in a big way, money is not an issue. It's just not. Somehow we figure out how to find the money. Somehow we find a way to make it happen. Okay? And there are millions of people out there right now that are looking for transformation, that are eager and hungry and ready and willing to experience the transformations that you can offer. And they have plenty of money to pay you whatever it is that you ask for. And I'm blown away when I talk to yoga teachers and they tell me that they're getting paid $80 for a private session with somebody. It's mind-boggling to me. I just can't believe it. Especially living in California, where, I mean, I don't know if you know this, but this is the richest state in our country. I mean, there's so much money here. There's so many people practicing yoga and so many people that want to practice yoga that have money. And you're sitting here killing yourself for $80. It's insane to me. It's insane. Especially because you have so much more to give than just asana. You have so much understanding. You have so much healing. So much ability to guide people through an incredibly transformational journey. And you're charging $80 for it. You're showing up to your studio and you're getting paid $25 for that class. Sometimes 2 people show up. You know, taking 2-3 hours out of your day. I mean, it's a shame. It's a tragedy. And I really, this is a call out to you yoga instructors. Like, you've got to up your game. It's time. It's time to step out of your shell, get uncomfortable, and make something new happen for yourself. Okay? Because yoga's not going anywhere. In fact, it's just starting in many ways. The world is catching on, and they're catching on fast. And those of you that have been in this world for a while, you know. You see the growth. You see what's happening, right? And we are simply allowing all of these big corporations to come in and take over the industry and determine what it is that yoga is worth. And that cannot continue, right? It will continue in that sense, and it will attract a certain quality of person, right? But after that person goes through that, people eventually wake up to what is really happening and the quality of yoga that they're receiving, right? The quality of materials that they're buying. People wake up to this stuff because the more you do yoga, the more you become aware. And the more you become aware, the more that you want to find more truth and more depth and more transformation and more change in your life. Okay? And this is just a fact. It's an effect. It's an effect of what happens when you practice yoga. So, if you agree with what I'm saying, if you disagree with what I'm saying, whatever it is that you're feeling, great. If I'm stirring up some stuff in you, awesome. That's really awesome. Because if we don't get uncomfortable, right, we don't grow. And that's just the truth. Got to push ourselves. Got to push ourselves hard to make big changes in our lives. To strive for bigger impact, more reach, more depth. And until then, we're going to continue being limited by ultimately ourselves and what other people tell us is happening and what we can do and not do. And I really urge you to make a decision to just say no to all of that and say yes to yourself and the opportunities that lay before you, and the groundwork that you have laid down, and the foundation that you now have that can catapult you into that next level of success. So please leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. My name is Naveen. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and thank you so much, Jai.